Welcome back to the channel, guys. You join us for season 69. It's episode 25. Special episode today. It's the German Cup final, in between some two heavyweights of the Bundesliga and indeed of the League Cup. So Inter Malaga go head to head with Greenholm Rangers. And let's have a look at some German Cup stats. 100 teams entered. That's 20 teams from each of the 5 divisions. 7 rounds of play gets you the German Cup. Final is played on a neutral venue, and a winner gets called 2 million and the runner-up gets 1 million. But it's not about that. It's about the prestige. And when you talk about prestige, let's look at the stats of the 2 clubs involved. Look at that. Inter Malaga have won it 14 times. Greenholm Rangers have won it 15 times, and Greenholm Rangers currently hold the record for the most League Cup wins. Right, so this time the game is played at Acorn Park. That's Flying Squirrels' ground, and we are ready to progress. So let's talk about the history. So Greenholm Rangers last won it in 66, and look at that, 64, 63, 62, 61. Inter Malaga. Wow, so they last won it in 60 and 59, 57. Yeah, as you can see, it's just Inter Malaga. Well, Greenholm Rangers interspersed with Inter Malaga throughout the last 19-18 seasons. Right, so let's have a look at the teams. So let's look at Inter Malaga first. And we've got a club rated as 7. Pleasant Surprise is the manager. A very experienced manager, been with Inter Malaga for many seasons, and they made it into last season. They made it into the quarters and they've made it all the way to the final in season 69. So let's have a look at their path to the final and look at how many home games. Wow, just 1 away game against Squirrels, and that went to the wire. That went to penalties. And then it was literally home games from then on. Service Knocker, a tough one. Wanderers proved to be a tough one. Warham just swept aside. FC Sparta swept aside. And they now have got formidable opponent, Greenholm Rangers. So let's go straight into the press conference. So Pleasant Surprise, this is what he had to say. This is going to be a tough one. It's been 9 seasons since we last won the League Cup, during which time Greenholm have won it an incredible 15 times indeed. You can see this game going to extra time and maybe even penalties. A lot may well depend on which team name is drawn out of the hat first. Well, that team name we know is Inter Malaga, so they've got the home spot. Whether that makes any difference, I don't know, or is that an old wives' tale? But Pleasant Surprise seems to think there might be something in it. Right, let's go and talk about Greenholm Rangers then. So here we go. Greenholm Rangers, 15th rated in all of ITSAGOAL. Herbie, the manager, is rated 65. He's quite a newcomer to the Greenholm manager's role. But if we go down, then we can see that Greenholm Rangers League Cup got to round 4 last season and of course to the final this season. So let's go and have a look at their route to the final. And yeah, wow, it took a while for a Premier League team comes in. Seagulls swept aside 1-3. Aardvark swept aside 3-1. Guardians was a tough one, 2-1 winners after extra time, and mostly home games as well. And they got Inter Malaga as the away fixture. So I think Inter Malaga had the tougher run into this final. And what did the Greenholm manager, what does Herbie have to say about this game? A manager of few words. I think it will be a very close game indeed. Extra time could be needed. Right, so that is the insight we've got on this game for Herbie. And we are ready for the line out. So here we go. Inter Malaga, let's have a look. 4-4-2. They've got Queen and Vandermaker up front. So look at that. 23 plus 18 points between them. So what's that? 41 goals between Queen and Vandermaker. Greenholm Rangers looks like they're going in 4-4-2 as well. And look at that. Hackett and Vidic. Look at the gap between the goals. Only 11 for them. So yeah, we'll see what happens, who outscores who in the match, because we are ready to go over to ITSAGOAL Park. It's a sellout, 42,600 watch, season 69 German Cup final kick-off, and it is Inter Malaga are enjoying most of the possession. They're taking the game to Green Home Rangers, and wow, Inter Malaga, they're just chance after chance. There's a few yellow cards flying around, and it's disaster for Green Home. Look at that, Palermo is their midfielder, gets injured on 32 minutes. The substitute comes on. I think they're swapping an 80 odd for 68. So their midfield is suffering. And as the game continues, that's how it goes in, 0-0. This was always going to be a tight game. And indeed it is, 0-0 at half time. So when the second half kicks off, it's more Inter Malaga pressure. The odd chance coming from Green Home. But there's some more yellow cards branded as the game. Wow. Surely we haven't got a 0-0. The game goes into the last few minutes. We're coming towards full time. It's Queen. Gets a goal on 89. Inter Malaga, they put their noses in front with about a few minutes to go as we go into full time. Injury time. Can Malaga hold on? They do. They've won it by the smallest of margins. It's a 1-0 win for Inter Malaga. And if you're going to score a goal, the only goal, why not score it on 89? So, wow. Well done to Inter Malaga. Not the most exciting finals ever, but Inter Malaga get the job done. I think they got the tactics right on this one. Commiserations to Herbie. Commiserations to Green Home Rangers. And, yeah, injury to Palermo, their midfielder, doesn't help matters. So, let's get over to ITSAGOAL, where we can go into competitions and see German Cup, one remaining, and we know who that is. It is indeed Inter Malaga. So congratulations to Pleasant Surprise once again. And let's go into the match report for this game. There's the only goal from Queen. He's been prolific all season. We've got 68% possession for Inter Malaga. Definitely got the tactics right on that one. They got 10 shots, 6 on target, as opposed to 4 shots, 3 on target for Green Home. And Sultan keeps a clean sheet, the goalie for Inter Malaga. And if we go under the bonnet a little bit, yeah, it was quite a feisty game. It's got yellow cards, quite a few. So we had 3 for Inter Malaga, and we have 4, so 7 yellow cards in the whole game, 4 for Green Home. And yeah, must have got frustrated in that second half. And yeah, Inter Malaga, they've done the job. Well done to them. So, season 69 winners. Let's give them the big up for Inter Malaga. Congratulations, season 69 German Cup winners. Back on the trophy sheet, and they are now joint with Green Home Rangers as the highest winning team in the German Cup, 15 each. So if these two meet together in next season's final, then we will see what happens to that record. But well done to Pleasant Surprise, well done to Inter Malaga, and that is it for the German Cup. So guys, if you've got any comments on what you've just seen, then you know what to do. Put them downstairs, and while you're down, subscribe, smash the likes, and as always, don't just tune in, join in to itsgoal.org. Thanks for watching.